Question number 28, Connie. I like this. How often must I do a
SWOT analysis?
How often must I do a SWOT analysis?
So everyone does know what a SWOT analysis is because it's in our previous video. If you haven't watched it, watch our previous video.
All right. So SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. How often should you do that? I think, Connie, it pays to do a SWOT analysis at least for me once a month. You have a macro SWOT, and then you can have mini ones which you can do as frequently as you need to. You can have a SWOT analysis for the day. You can have a SWOT analysis for the week, a SWOT analysis for, every 2 weeks, whatever it is. But for me, the macro one, the big one, is the one for the month. So if you say, this is the month of July, for example. We're going into the month of July. What strengths do I have going for me? What do I have in my favor that I can bring into this month of July? What people have I met who could be useful? What skills do I have? What networks do I have? What new connections did I make in the previous month that I can bring into this month that can be useful? Then I do a list and I write all of those down. All the things that can provide me with something that I know I can lean on, I'm strong at, I'm good at, I can lean on these things. And then I like to go into what should I be avoiding as much as possible, because if I'm weak at these things, as I go into the month of July, I want to keep my energy up. I want to be as happy and cheerful as possible. So what will I end up doing? Because people come, right? And you might get opportunities that are great, but they're not part of your strengths. They're not necessarily going to be playing to whatever it is that you have going on for you. So for example, and I use this example all the time. Someone will come and tell me, Mwenesi, there's an opportunity in real estate. Come and do this thing. Mwenesi, there's an opportunity to sell second-hand clothes in some shop somewhere. Mwenesi, there's an opportunity for you to be a brand ambassador for some alcohol brand. Mwenesi, there's an opportunity for you. And there'll always be these opportunities. But
does it align?
Does it align?
Does it align?
Does it align? So doing it once a month means, and I love that word that you've used, align. Can you now say, you know what, these are the things that I am not aligned to. I'm not aligned to Excel sheets.
We all know that.
I'm not aligned.
Me too.
I'm not aligned to being an alcohol brand representative. I'm not aligned to selling mitumba. I'm not aligned to doing these things. So if you can be very clear on what you're not aligned to, when these opportunities present themselves, then you'll know it's easy to make a decision
because you already know this doesn't work for me.
People get swayed, and you get carried away because that time builds a beating in the back of your mind, and you're like, oh my God, now what am I going to do? But if you do it once a month and you say, okay, you know what are the things that I am absolutely not aligned to? You will go into that month knowing this is who I am, and I'm focused on my strengths. I'm focused on achieving these things. But if these things come across me, it's never that serious.
Let me take you back for a second. What if, for someone who's starting out, they might be a bit overwhelmed. They're like doing it weekly. What advice can you give them? Because you probably are an advanced stage where you say you can do it on a weekly basis and all. But for someone who's starting out, it might be too much.
It might be too much.
Yeah, it might be too much.
So they talk about New Year's resolutions, right?
Yes.
So that's the super big one. And the problem with doing things that are too big, like if you do it annually or every 6 months or even every 3 months, you lose track.
Focus,
It's too big. It's too big a time period because so much can change in 6 months, so much can change in a year, so much can change even in a day. And that's why I think a month and the way the calendar as we know it has been structured, the 12-month calendar, it gives us that renewed emphasis of, okay, we're in a new month now. Some people, that's when they get paid. If you're an employee, you have your regular paycheck. So there's a sense of regularity where you can hit the refresh button.
Like, okay, on 29th, 30th.
29th, 30th.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Let's review.
I've dealt with if some people, for some people, your landlord can be a threat. You get to the end of the month and now because you've overdone it, you didn't do a SWOT at the beginning of the month.
So now
suddenly on the 29th,
there's a problem.
There's a threat.
Don't
if you're the type of person who doesn't do SWOTs monthly, then you have monthly bills, and that's the nature of life. Your bills will recur monthly. Rent is something that happens monthly. Amenities, any kind of recurring bills, these things happen monthly. Any loan payments that you have, these things happen monthly. So doing a SWOT every month,
helps
it helps you put into focus the things that you need to do, so that you're not having to respond to these monthly things at the end. You're doing it at the beginning, so that you're prepared and you're working in a system that allows you to deal with these things, so that it's not a surprise.
Okay.
Most people end up getting surprised by things at the end, and they're like, oh, I didn't know I was good at that. Oh, I didn't know that was a threat. Oh, I didn't know that was an opportunity, because you didn't do it at the beginning.
So I think in conclusion, the more, if you can just find a system, a regular system, if it's, the easiest would be a monthly. Every 4 weeks, just reviewing where you're at in terms of a SWOT, what you need to work on. I think the most important thing here is consistency.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pick a day. If it's the 1st or the 2nd of the month, pick that day as you're doing your audit of the month, or you're paying your bills. Do your SWOT then, and then everything else for the month should be great.
Great. Thank you.
All right.